Welcome back to the Coca-Cola post-game report. Gary Laubach is standing by with Lafayette head coach Kia Damon Olson. Here's Gary.
Welcome to the post-game show. I'm with Kia Damon Olson, and I guess the best word here is frustration.
Yeah, I guess that is a word that you could use to summarize, how things went. I think we had opportunities. We just didn't do the job that we needed to do on their two main players. They exceeded their averages. This is, I don't know what game number is this that we get worn out on the boards. And so at some point we have to learn and value boxing out like we talk about and like we work on.
It's got to be frustrating, too, to see so many bodies thrown at you, and you don't have that luxury with 7 players. Obviously, Abby coming back, you don't know how much energy she has. The second quarter and the fourth quarter were a nemesis here tonight, and that might have something to do with nobody getting rest.
They're not tired. They're anywhere from 17 to 21 years old. The last time I checked, you got a lot of energy. Some of it is, mental. It's a grind in the week. It's getting to the latter parts of the Patriot League schedule. And so it's the mental stuff where I see the slippage, and we just have to decide that we value it because the other team's deciding that they do. So if they can make that choice, I think we can too. And no one's going to feel sorry for us. And I look at the box scores. Most coaches are playing 7 people, maybe 8. So it's kind of the same. I don't accept that as an excuse.
You, of course, have 4 more ball games left. You're not in that baddest position as far as the standings are concerned, but obviously victories have to come your way in the next couple of weeks. What do you do? What do you want to do to change?
Well, it's not necessarily to change. We just need to continue to grow and get better. Clearly we have areas that we need to work on to get better, and that has to be what we're focused on.
Thank you, Kia. Good luck. We'll see you on Saturday. All right, Michaela comes in. You're here more often than I am as the player of the game. I know it's a disappointing loss for you here tonight. They had lost 10 straight, and now they get a victory here tonight. You give us another good, solid performance. What message would you take to the team going into the final 4 games?
I think when it comes to the end of the game and executing, we all have to be focused and we all have to know what we're doing. We can't make slip-ups because that can cost us a game.
It looked like, again, as I mentioned to Kia, the second quarter and fourth quarter were problematic. You played a great first quarter, maybe the best of the year. Played a really decent third quarter, but the second and fourth, any idea why that is the case?
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same story this whole season. We've been struggling to finish, or we've been struggling to play 4 good quarters. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 1, and I think we just need to find that extra gear to put it all together and play a good 4 quarters.
With the bench as short as it is, do you feel a lot of pressure that you pretty much have to get your job done, and that's to score 16, 18 points every game?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a team we all kind of have to step up because a lot of our, scorers and strong defensive players are out, and so we all just have to step up and do our part.
We'll see you Saturday against Army. Okay, thank you, Michaela. All right, back to John. He'll have some highlights for you.
Thanks so much, Gary. Another job well done by you. And you could hear the frustration, and Kia didn't want to use that word, but when you're a competitive athlete and you fall short of the goals you set for yourself, certainly it's got to hurt. But the Patriot League tournament looms. Lafayette in not terrible position. And, boy, there were times tonight when this team really looked very good. It's the consistency factor. So the highlights will demonstrate what we're talking about. Certainly in that first quarter, the team was on fire, as was Loyola. They did not, go away. Talia Dixon with a long 3-pointer, and then our Coca-Cola player of the game, Michaela Andrews, stepping up, and Anaya Matthews knocks down a little jump shot right here. Lafayette was shooting about 60%. Look at Bree Rossi kind of securing that fast break pass right here, and the freshman Radigan, man, she's going to be a load through her 4 years. Only a freshman, she can really shoot the basketball. And then once again, Loyola, this was a deep 3. This was Talia Dixon, who just had a dynamite game. The graduate student playing well. Naja Geezy knocked in a bank shot right there, and then Abby Antignoli, who brings such energy to this basketball team, Gary, comes up with the steal. You can't talk about Loyola without talking about Lex Terry, and this was a steal that got an 8-point lead down to 6, and it looked for a moment like Lafayette was going to make a run at the end, but give credit to Loyola. They made some free throws down the stretch. They've got the big kid in the middle, and Terrian, who always seems to make the key play at the key moment, and in the end, they did break that 10-game losing streak, and they prevailed.
As I mentioned to Kia and to Michaela, when you look at this one, all you have to do is look at periods 2 and 4. They scored in the first period and the third period 41 points. They scored 14 total in periods 2 and periods 4, and that's the difference in the ballgame.
Gary, I go back to the lull. In that first quarter, Lafayette had 9 assists. They ended the game with 14. And the ball just stopped moving as crisply as it did in the first part of the game, and you saw the result, 25 first quarter points, I think it was. But, they've got to find that consistency. You asked Kia about it, and she said it's a matter of playing 4 quarters, and I love her competitive spirit, though. No one's going to feel sorry for him. You circle the wagons, and you try to get it done. And
some special numbers tonight. Lex Terrian with 17 points, but 20 rebounds to match her career high in that category. Talia Dixon with 20 points. On Lafayette's side, Michaela Andrews with 16 and Abby Antignoli with 11. They will face Army on Saturday. That is a 2 o'clock start. Loyola now 3-11 in the Patriot League. Lafayette 5-9 in the Patriot League. This final, Loyola 66. Lafayette 55. So for the Lafayette Sports Network and ESPN Plus, my thanks to John Leone, my thanks to John Sabino and his entire crew, to all of you for spending the evening with us. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. We'll see you Saturday afternoon. Good night, everybody.